the sister didn't come over yet. Now I don't care if she comes or not. They aren't neither one of them very well, but even so, every little while they take a trip over to see his brother Floyd and
Where do they live?
Marshfield.
Oh, that's a long ways, isn't it?
No, there's a way you can go back on the back roads from Groton over to Thetford in just about an hour. Down through Skunk Hollow and all that.
What's the name of that song?
Huh?
What's the name of that song?
Don't you remember? For when I grow too old to dream, I'll have you to remember. For when I grow too old to dream, your love will live in my heart. So kiss me, my sweet, and so let us part. For when I grow too old to dream, your love will live in my heart.
Who taught you that one?
Well, we've had the old ones when Grandpa was living, old songs like that. There's a lot of old songs. Yeah. Another one was, what is it? Mirror with the Wall, remember? Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love. I played that to Stanley when he was here.
Did Stanley play the piano?
No, he don't. He said the teacher told him not to sing.
Oh. pretty good.
Oh no, it's just.
I wouldn't be able to play it if I had the music
Well,
in
of
front of
course
me, let alone
Well,
a memory.
that's all I had to do at home on the farm. The last winter I was there. And I didn't have nothing else to do.
They had a piano in your house?
We had an organ.
Oh. Was one of them player?
No.
Hmm.
When the only thing we learned at school was we didn't have music, but the teacher at the school, she taught us the lines and the spaces. The spaces were F-A-C-E.
Mm-hmm.
And the lines were every good boy does fine always. So when I was home, I counted off all those ABCs, with the lines and spaces. And my friend, she could do it, and I said, well, if she can do it, I can do it. So when I did that and got the chord, I just put it together. And
Well, that's pretty good.
well, it gave me something. Well, it wasn't very encouraging because when the rest of the kids learned to play by note, I didn't want to play by ear anymore. But Stanley kind of encouraged me when he came over here for 2-3 times, and had been practicing on it because he was always encouraging me to do things. He liked hymns.
Looking for your horoscope, huh?
Yeah. Just curious, that's all. Indeed.
What's your horoscope?
Mine's Aries. Usually it's in the 20th. It could be Aries or it could be Taurus. Because it's the 20th. The 19th and the 20th is between, What's this here? Is this it here? Miss America. So I did it. I opened up our church bulletin, and this was in there. And I read it. See this? Church bulletin.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he wrote. I called him up and talked to him that day, and he told me all about himself, his father, the minister, and everything. And then this is another thing he wrote in there. See?
This is Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley C. Broomfield, his name was.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Murphy's Law says that whatever is bad can happen and will happen at the worst time. Now I submit a new law which says whatever is good can happen and will happen if one has faith and really tries. Submitted by Stan Broomfield, see?
Hmm.
And I cut that out and saved it. I thought that was pretty good. Because you see, he went and then here's another little thing that he wrote. He don't write too much because he is kind of feeble now, but because he started in telling me he was 88 years old, And what's this here? Something he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't wrote anything lately. So I saved those, and that's what started me. And every day I'd call him up and see what he was doing, and I helped him out with a lot of his stuff he couldn't do, like and people that he didn't know around here. Because the lady were talking about him and saying, well, I don't know why his daughter didn't put him in a nursing home instead of buy him a new house, And so
That wouldn't have been any fun.
I was pretty close to him. In other words, I got pretty close and talked, and he kept saying, well, I'm 88 years old, I'm 88. In other words, you don't want me, but I want somebody. And he was, and I was quite understanding, And then when he fell,
I guess I told you how he fell, was on the floor for 2 nights. And I took the taxi down there. Did I tell you that?
He was on the floor for 2 nights?
Yeah.
Nobody knew it?
And I took the taxi down there. I told him I was coming down. He said, well, that won't be necessary, because he'd like that, you know. But I took the taxi down, and went in and helped him clean up his mess. And his daughter did come after a while. She said, I can't understand why she didn't come before, because I got at UVM, and I called UVM and said that her father was on the floor and he wanted her to call. Finally, they did before the day was over. And she didn't come till the next day. I stayed down there all night. I told Lori didn't want me to, but I knew him well enough, and I said, oh, I'm going to call up on the couch. So I called up on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there all night until he had to have breakfast the next morning.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think